NS, we thank you, sir.
In the name of Almighty God, the gathering is very important, and I must first, on behalf of the National Working Committee of our party, express gratitude to the organizers of this program. And I will say that it is a testimony of the synergy that is necessary between the government and the political party. No government, particularly in a country like ours, which does not have independent candidacy, is formed without the party. So I salute the National Public Secretary and also the media team of Mr. President for bringing this synergy to occur to have this very important August gathering in July to address very important efforts. And through the special advisors to the President, I also want to say that it's important that all other government functionaries also emulate what the publicity arm of the President is doing for having a synergy between the party and the government in being able for us to work, collaborate for the realization of what brought all of us together, and that is providing good government for the people of Nigeria. Secondly, I also want to say that bringing the most important machinery for effective communication of our party, and that is the office of the National Police Secretary, the Zonal Publicity Secretaries, and the State Police Secretary together in one room to have an informed opinion about what the government has achieved, what the government is doing, and an effective strategy to be able to communicate it. Before, people used to say, don't blow your trumpet. But if you don't blow your trumpet, the trumpet will go rust. This gathering is also important because even before the 2023 election, we have seen weaponization of falsehood as an instrument of politics in Nigeria. Now people will go and pick images from Somalia, images from Chad, images from where there's war ravage, and put an address to it in Nigeria in order to create misinformation. You also have a situation where people who have had opportunity of governing some of the subnational and without any achievement beyond establishment via factory will come and be telling us what happened in China, in Malaysia, when at the backyard of their own here, their community is ravaged with flood and they did not put a single school building for 8 years of administration. So this gathering is important for us to be able to tackle those who have also weaponized ethnicity. Growing up in Nigeria, ethnic fault line is not as pronounced as it has been made ahead of the 2023 election. And unfortunately, they are still doing carryover of that post-2023 election. Another fault line is that of religion. Weaponization of religion on the ground of politics. Even people whose sanctimonious attitude is very dubious now try to wear the toga of religion for purpose of political ascendancy. These are part of the efforts that we need to put in place. How do we effectively tackle the weaponization of falsehood, weaponization of ethnicity, and weaponization of religious bigotry in our country? And more so, we also need clear, concise information. And I want to give this as a form of advice, that it is not out of place that we begin to look at having radio programs in all the states of the Federation. There will be maybe Renew Hope half hour, which will be sponsored every week to x-ray what the administration is doing at the national level and the subnational level. I also want to address to one fact we don't seem to look into. When people talk about Nigeria, Nigeria is not a unitary system. So the question of achievement of our administration should not just be achievement of the federal government. It should also be the achievement of the subnational, the state government, and the achievement of the local government. In our fold today, being the largest party in Nigeria, we have 23 governors as at the last count. We still have more governors who are viable candidates to come. We also have some governors who are not viable candidates who also want to come. I won't go into details about that. But we also need to showcase what our governors are doing so that we'll be able to show to the people that it is not just about noise. It is about programs and activities. And before I round up my goodwill, we must also focus our communication into what matter. What have we done as a government in the area of economy? Because that's one of the areas where they tell a lot of lies. Today, we have a lot of facts and figures to show that our economy is doing very well and we are getting accolades from people who ought to know. It is strange in Nigeria. If IMF and World Bank gave knock to Nigeria, they will celebrate it. But when they give kudos to us, they will ignore that. So we, as a government, we must also go to the rooftop to shout what IMF and World Bank is talking about Nigeria, what Fitch is talking about better rating for Nigeria, and what all other rating agencies are talking about Nigeria. Then we must also show that contrary to the doomsday scenario of people who thought Naira will climb to 2,000 and beyond 2,000, Naira has become one of the best performing currencies in Nigeria. Today, you can use your Naira card to withdraw money on the street of London and the street of New York, and you can use your Naira card for purpose of transaction on POS. I was asking somebody at the Apple store about iTunes gift card, and he said you can now use Naira to be able to do that transaction. It showed that what President Bola Tinubu has done is to let us get integrated into the structure of the global economy, and that has also brought investment, massive one, into Nigerian economy. Today, our oil production is now peaking at 1.7 million barrels per day because they were able to attract investment in those areas. So I want us to look at what we have done as a government of education, because they will say the one person that is said that since Asiwaju became president, that a bird does not sound like bird again. I don't know how bird used to sound before May 29, 2023. I don't know how unreasonable people could be in terms of political mendacity. We must also show what the president has done in the area of alleviating the challenges that economic policy has brought to Nigerian people. We have the student loan, which was not in existence before. At least more than 350,000 students had benefited from that student loan, not only payment of their fees, but also stipend. We also have the credit card, by which you can have access to consumer products on credit basis. We also have the recapitalization of the Bank of Agriculture to ensure that we achieve food security and food sovereignty. Mechanization of agriculture is also one area. So there are so many areas the president has done and the government is doing in order to be able to facilitate the economic progress and put food and put money in the pocket of Nigerian people. Without taking much of your time, I know I've done some. This is an area that is passionate to some of us, because right from the time that those people lost the 2023 election, they have started campaign for 2027 election. We can also not, as Yoruba will put it, gbé ẹnu wa fún alágbàfọ̀. You cannot give our own mouth and give it to a dry cleaner. You know, when your clothes is with dry cleaner, you cannot wear it. So we cannot keep it our mouth and give it to dry cleaner until 2027. We must continue to mobilize, educate, and sensitize Nigerian people as to what our government has done, and we must be able to expose the lie they have done. One of the lies that we must, before I round up this goodwill, is this idea of saying there is a coalition. Coalition cannot even occur in a presidential system of government. So if anybody is talking of coalition, tell them to go back to secondary school to go and learn government. Some of us who read law, we did government in secondary school. A coalition is occur in the parliamentary system of government when a party cannot secure majority in parliament to be able to form government. So when you are in opposition, you are not even securing anything, you say you are forming coalition. I think Nigeria, people like BB grammar, they know because they are already splintered, they are already been factionalized, that they are no longer up to one. So what is not up to one, they want to make it 5 by saying they are forming coalition. Who are those that are coalescing? Is it politicians that did not deliver their word and unit in the last election? Is it politician that was seriously defeated? And when you now talk, somebody that did not vote for Asiwaju in 2023 say that he is leaving APC to go and form coalition. You ask yourself, what was the benefit of your being where you were before, when you did not add any value to us? So we must expose the kind of aura of atmosphere of largeness that they are giving the very small and minute microcosm they are putting together as political contraption. I thank you and God bless you.